Two Eyes Open.
Hey, everybody.
We're so excited. Honestly, I feel like we've been counting down the days. We're like, okay, when are we meeting? When are we filming? We got to call Christian. Like, what's happening?
I know. It's becoming like our... And you know what? It's so much easier. Like, we just got here and we're like, okay, sit down. Let's go. We got this one we're talking about today.
Yeah. And I feel like, honestly, it's kind of like our release. Like, yes, we have our brunches or we have like our little daily text. I think text, memes, reels.
Yeah.
Todo.
We know that one friend you communicate with in different platforms, and they're all different topics of conversations. Like, I could talk to you in text via one thing, and on Instagram it's like completely another.
I know, but I look forward to it because I'm like, this is like uninterrupted best friend time.
Yes.
You know, and then with you guys too, like uninterrupted friend time. I don't know, this topic we've been sitting on.
Yes, we have.
I feel like we've been sitting on it because so many people ask this question, but I don't know if people really like dive into it because you almost want to like out of sight, out of mind.
Because our life is so like the topic that I'm going to say right now, it's like motherhood, like being a mom and having a career and being a wife in the entire workload.
Yeah.
And I feel like because you're on like go, you don't even like talk about it and to like sit back and like be with your thoughts sometimes.
Exactly.
We're like exhausted.
But I feel like people that even just like whether you know them for a long time or you just meet them, there's always subtle comments between other moms where you can like relate and you're like, oh no, I got it. Where they're like, today's a day. And it's like, you're thinking, okay, their day started super early before the kids, then work, then after, like
so
all
you
the things.
understand the burnout of the situation. Sometimes like, yeah, I know it's been a tough day. You have like 100 activities, especially like when extracurricular activities and people that have more kids. Like whenever I'm in baseball and some of the moms are like, running to get there because the other child.
Give me anxiety because I have two and another one on the way. So I'm already like, oh,
the good thing
Lord,
is
how is
the
it going to
age gap,
happen?
right? So you still have like a couple years to do that. I am lucky that I have a 6-year, 9 months age gap between my kids. So, my firstborn gets more attention and with the extracurricular stuff because Emma's too little.
Yeah. No, anytime I see a family of 3, I start praying for them. I'm like, because I'm just like, it's coming. So I get it. But, I think it's important for us to talk about mom guilt and like careers, but also still being a really, hopefully great wife and friend and like family member, like all the things that
everything. And I actually love this topic and I am going to be so uncensored because I'm so strong opinionated about this because I genuinely have, it also comes with societal norms and cultural norms, as Cuban, and I would even go as far as Latin women, cooking is like a huge thing in our culture. I mean, literally, they say, si te invitan a la carne asada, you're in the family, right? Si te invitan a un barbecue, but you're in the family. And so I'm going to split this up because we're going to talk about a lot of things. But like one of the things that like shocked me to my core growing up was my mom and my grandma, I don't want to say this word, but like slaves to the kitchen.
Yeah.
That I refused flat out to do.
Yeah.
My mom worked. And she would get home from work, take off her sneakers at like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
And this is not like macaroni and cheese and, chicken tenders.
Yeah.
Rice, the black beans, the plantains, the avocado tomato salad separated, and then the protein, whatever the protein was.
Yeah.
And I saw this like on repeat so much that I didn't, I guess at the time I didn't notice like the amount of sacrifice she was really doing because working a 9 to 5, Houston traffic is unbearable.
Yep.
And then getting home and cooking for everybody and nobody was eating. We're like,
we're waiting.
And I would go like, ¿qué estás haciendo? Ay, no, todavía no está ready la comida. Like, like that.
Sometimes bug. Yeah.
That's one of the things.
My mom was the same. My mom didn't work. So like, we'll get into how that I think kind of like psychologically affected me too. But my mom cooked every single meal, everything that you can think of was she did. And like, your mom worked. So I'm thinking not only did she cook, she clocked in for work, then she comes back and she can't clock out. It's not like she can just Netflix and chill.
It's kind of like, but
she has kids, and then if you're sick at night, it's not like just, go fend for yourself. It's like they're up all night. They're doing all the things.
Anything Vicks skincare.
Vicks on the feet.
Vicks. Yeah, everywhere.
Vicks on your feet with the socks and like your chest and the back and all the things. And it's like, now I have so much appreciation for sure, even more as a parent.
And how it shaped us, like,
yeah,
I appreciate, like, even your mom.
Yeah.
The workload also of like being a stay-at-home mom is extremely hard.
Yeah.
But what we became always growing up was you gotta be independent. You gotta be independent. You gotta make your own money. You gotta make your own money. And yes, we do have to make our own money.
Yeah.
But nobody said around the lines like, oh, espérate. I want you to make 6 figures and do 50% of payments or 40 or 30.
Yeah.
Pero también tienes que ser bonita, ser flaca, ir al gimnasio, comer 5 times a day, pick up the kids, drop off the kids. Who's doing the laundry, putting the kids, the clothes?
Who buys the other friend's birthday presents? Okay. O sea,
you have the schedule. You have the schedule. It's like, fulanito va a la fiesta de menganito. Y después, o sea, it's like, nobody added that into the making money. Because if they would have told me, you can make all this money, but you don't ever have to cook or do the laundry, I sign.
Yeah.
But with this included, it's like all the mental workload that our generation
I don't know if there's like a fix. That's like the part that we've had conversations on is like, when can you get out of like the hamster wheel? I don't know if you can get out of the hamster wheel. And so that's where I'm like, please like comment if you have gotten out of the hamster wheel, if you know how to, make it work, like send it this way.
Based of what I've like read on like, not read like in a study or anything, but like means like social media comments.
Yeah.
And this is why if we get stuck in the hamster wheel.
Yeah.
In order for you to get out of the hamster wheel, you have to change your
whole lifestyle.
Meaning like downgrade your 4,000 square foot home to like 2,000.
Everything. Yeah.
Instead of 2 cars, 3 cars, maybe 1.
Yeah.
Because obviously now you only would be on 1 income and you get to get that stay-at-home mom feeling.
Yeah.
But are we willing to do that?
I know.
That's like the $1 million question.
I know. Or just like move to another country or something. Like we thought of that too. But, I think like, so my mom didn't work growing up and she was there and like, went to our school lunches. Like even in high school, she went to school lunches. Yeah. She was like a chaperone for the field trips. She wasn't like the PTA mom. Okay. She wasn't the mom that was like involved. She was just there for her child only, and keep going. But when we graduated and we moved away, she was so sad. Like that chapter ended.
That's been her job her entire life.
Yes.
Being a mom.
Yes. And my brother's 4 years older. So like when he left and I saw that, it made me think, okay, I never want to do that. Like I never want to be in that position where like your life
you live for your kids and now they're gone.
And now they're gone and what
away.
do you do? And so it motivated me, I think, to like, okay, I want to work really hard so that way that's not there.
You have another baby, which is your career.
Yes. You have something else to like look forward to or continue, or I don't know. And I don't know if that's the right way or not, but I think that's an interesting piece too for those that maybe your mom didn't work and either you followed that path or you were like, wait, I don't want that. I want like something different.
Yeah.
Just in case. Or like a healthy balance of both. I think is like where you and I are now really at is like a healthy balance.
That's who we married. Let's be real, because your partner is like 50% of the work, the housework. I'm not even talking about the finances, because the finances, you got to go out there, you got to get the bacon, you bring the bacon back. Yeah. But the house is a workload. It's the yard, it's the dogs, it's the kids, it's, the whole logistics of pickups, drop-offs, who's taking who to wear, who's packing what to wear. But I do feel like, and I want to ask, like, I do feel like we still carry more than mental workload.
Oh,
because
for sure.
We think so far ahead.
I know.
That no matter if your partner is helping, and I have this talk all the time with like some girls on social media. It's like, we always laugh and kinder venting, right? Yeah. We're like, they're useless, whatever. But it's because we naturally think so far ahead.
Yeah.
Like you're already thinking the Christmas outfit, the thing. Oh yeah, forget it. You're 2030.
Yeah, we're like Christmas, all the things, the birthday parties, the baby, like this is happening, the first year birthday, and it hasn't even crossed their mind. But
they stop and smell the roses, and we're like, we chopped the roses, we planted new ones.
We gotta keep going. Yeah,
like we moved along. It's like, how do you deal? And I'm asking you, and also like just like us, so we can like talk about this with the mental workload, because sometimes I do crush crush out. I'm doing Gen Z language. I do crush out, and it's so funny because I can be so Cuban. You know, like those girls that are like, coño, nadie me ayuda. Estoy cansada de ser una esclava. Like I would get into those crush out moments. Yeah. And everybody in my house is like, recoge. Even Emma, who's 3 years old, is like, Mama. She'll start picking up. It's like, but at that moment, I realized like I am having a crush out moment because my mental workload is a lot.
I know.
And I just shut down.
I will say, like, I had to recently have this conversation again. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is the first time we've had this conversation. No. Again, and be like, you may see physically that I'm pacing and walking, but mentally I'm sprinting. Like I am so far ahead in this marathon right now, but physically you might be like, what is she doing? I'm slowly picking up. I'm slowly doing the laundry.
But you're like,
but in here, it is like steam building going, all the things like, because yes, we organize like who's taking what, like I said, birthday parties. I was thinking about this, like, so sad for my kids' friends if I left birthday party things up to my husband. I'm sorry, but
they wouldn't even go.
They wouldn't go. They wouldn't have the shoes to go. They wouldn't have the gift to go. They wouldn't. Their hair would be sideways. We have school pictures for, reference when I've been out of town, and he had to get them ready.
No. It's let's not even. I don't even. I mentally prepare myself to see my child look like a homeless person whenever I'm gone. Like whenever we went to Peru.
Yeah.
And then my sister posted a video of her and Emma. And my first thought on WhatsApp, I screenshotted the TikTok. And I said, ¿Qué carajo le pusiste a la niña? O sea, le pusiste un short.
Oh, yeah.
Que was like, she looked like she was Snoop Dogg with the baggy was 2000s. Like, she looked like she was part of Eminem's dance crew. Like, no. Like she was only like 2, like, so little. Like, no, and to him it's like she's fed
and
she's
clothed. And she's fine. No,
and my mom said?
What? What did your mom say?
Es que tú pides demasiado. I'm like, huh? Why are you protecting him? You're lucky he's even dressing her.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that
is so funny that's her mentality. And it is partially true, right?
It's partially it's culturally too. It's like they don't even expect.
But I told you, like, when my daughter was in kindergarten, and that's when I was like really traveling a lot, I would lay out all of her clothes, like in Ziploc bags, labeled with the day, all the things, her, snacks in the fridge. And one time when I came back, she was like, Mommy, it kind of itches and hurts. And I was like, oh, we got to go to the doctor. Like, what happened? She's like, the jeans kind of rub and hurt because my husband forgot to put the underwear that was in the Ziploc bag on her. And I'm like, what? Like, how do you forget? It's in the bag and you still forget what's in there.
No.
So like, but we can say all those things too, but also like, I don't cook. So going back to like slave in the kitchen, I don't cook.
Does he hammer a nail on the wall? Because that's my argument with Gustavo all the time. Who owns a construction company?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, espérate. Women back then knew how to do everything. But the man was like my dad and your dad.
I know.
Who do I call to my house to put the chandelier up? Who do I call to my house to build Emma's new bed?
My dad.
Yeah, and even if Gustavo was trying to, I would be like, no, I don't trust you. Gustavo's the one that leaves off like screws and washers. I'm like, the instructions said that you're supposed to use all of them. Why are we have left over?
No, the kids know, call Gampy. Call Gampy. They're like, that looks like a Gampy job. I know. But it's like, so we have kind of changed then, I guess you could say, from like what we grew up, right? Like
I think we become more demanding for like the things we won't and will do.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, for example, you don't cook.
Yeah.
I don't cook. No. And Gustavo laughs at me. He's like, for example, like JJ, this is so funny. I told JJ like on Tuesday, what did you want to eat? He said, well, I really would want to do Osaka, Pampas, or Pincho.
The restaurants.
The restaurant. And I was like, sounds like a plan. And Gustavo was like, yeah, like that. It's so easy for you. You just tell him where you want to eat. I'm like, I'd rather go to the restaurant and like get food.
Yeah.
Than because I'm a clean freak and I want my kitchen not dirty.
So you're just like, it's the best of both worlds.
It's the best of both worlds.
My husband cooks because he enjoys, like, I think he enjoys like meal prepping and like all that stuff,
Yes.
And I say with a face of like disgust, but not really. Like, it's just his personality. And also too, he has like certain ways that he likes things to taste. And so I was like in the beginning, like, if you wanted to taste a certain way, then you figure it out.
That was the same exact way.
And so I'm like, okay, great. Like, that's easier for me. And like, if I cook, It is like once in a blue moon.
Yes.
And it tastes amazing.
No. Yo cocino.
Not healthy.
American breakfast. ¿Y qué es eso? You cannot ruin scrambled eggs. You cannot ruin pre-made waffles.
Yeah.
You can't. And you cannot ruin bacon. I mean, eso sabe rico no matter where you put it.
No matter where you put it. Yeah. So I'm like,
yeah. Yo no, es que te voy a decir una cosa. I can boil eggs.
But I don't have that hand or like desire to cook or bake. I think in the future, like
eso is another level.
You know, but like some people have like the hand or like
some
the
people
desire to do it, but no.
But also it's not even about the desire.
No.
I don't genuinely have time.
Yeah.
It's so much work.
Yeah.
It's like get home, get the kids ready, pick up Emma from daycare, which is on the other side of town because I only trust her with one person, and then bring her back then take him to here and take him to there. I was actually reading before we started the episode, like 70% of women in America
work
with children under 18, meaning minors, meaning you have to take care of them, work full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And with working full-time jobs, there's the gray area. For example, I am the one that requests days off to take my kids to doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
Not Gustavo.
Yeah.
Partially, one part is my fault. I'm too controlling. I don't think he'll know what to say.
See, and that sounds like me and Kevin are more 50-50, but it's because when I used to travel a lot, if they waited for me to be home to do the doctor appointment, I mean, they're sick when I'm gone or something happens.
So he had to act on it.
He had to understand and be involved. And so also with schoolwork, like this is another big thing. When the kids actually get to middle school, like my daughter, it is college level. I feel like things like every day there's a quiz. Every day this is due. Kevin is used to being so involved in the school part too, that even like when things are due, it's on our calendar. Like we all know the family calendar, this is due, And so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
Because if I had to manage all of that, plus the extracurricular, plus work, plus I'm like, my head would explode. My head.
No, I'm definitely more Latin in my marriage. Would be
like,
I'm definitely super Cuban in my marriage. Kids are 100% my responsibility because
goodness.
I want to.
Yeah.
I would not be delegating to you. You are useless. And I'm aware of it. And he's aware of it. So, it's the way I grew up, and it's all I know. And it's what I like, to be in control of the kids 100%.
Yeah.
All the school stuff I do, everything kid related, it's 100% mine. Other than like, you got to pick up, you got to drop off, and I tell you where you got to be.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're going to be here on Tuesday and pick him up, and then you're going to take him from here to over here. Like, other than that, like, I do everything for the kids.
And you know, it's so funny because like, obviously Kevin, he's American, he's white. So both of his parents were super involved. And so that's why he's like that too. Like, I think he would be like, wait, this feels weird, not knowing what's going on. But then when I think about my parents, like my
dad didn't know nothing. My dad till this day didn't know what school the kids graduated.
No. And like,
he didn't even know nothing.
But also like, I mean, my mom was an amazing mom, but she never checked like homework folders or when things were due. Like she didn't check any of that. We held that responsibility.
Yeah,
and we were great. Like I think we did fine.
Me too. Because you know what? I knew if she got a letter, I was going to get my butt whooped. I mean, ahí no hay pregunta.
Like,
te iban a dar golpe. O
sea, and there wasn't like an option to do bad in school. Like it wasn't an option.
And I didn't need remembering the kids nowadays. Todos necesitan recordarse de algo. Why? And they're not like us. And I feel like that's also our fault. Because our parents didn't check our folders. No, nothing. My parents didn't check anything. There's no way.
There's no way.
They
didn't know when something was due or a project. Like they knew because we told them like, hey, I need to go to the store because this
to Hobby Lobby to buy this
project is due or whatever. And so now it's like, sometimes it's funny because I see like, we are telling Aubrey or like, hey, reminder, And then sometimes I'm like, wait, hold back. Let's see if she tells us.
Well, yeah, because when she gets to work, your boss is not constantly going to remind you
exactly
what you're going to do.
Exactly. Or college. Like, we're not going to be there. You know, you need to like know how to organize your life and like, I don't know. So, but you know, back to like mom guilt, I think is also just like, you want to provide. And like, there's some moms that are able to, you know, not work and be fully home. But then like all that pressure too, like at least in our society on a man, I'm like, how did our dads do that? And it's because we were also like in a different lifestyle. You know what I mean? Think about it. I didn't do extracurricular activities.
Do that because there's no other option.
There's no option.
Naturally, human beings were animals, right?
Yeah.
When you get cornered, you react. And if your only option as a man is to step up and feed your kids and your wife, that's what you're going to do.
You're going to do.
But if you have the option of making your wife gonna get the bacon, go do this, go do that,
you're going to get used to it.
Pero we do it too.
Yeah.
Espérate, I'm going to work. I don't want to cook. I don't want to do the laundry. You do your laundry. I do my laundry, and I do the kid. Like whatever it is. Like, you know, when you give people options, and I feel like back then, maybe I would say like, we may not even that far ago. We're 33. Let's put it 30 years ago. Mm-hmm. Women didn't have the option, or if they did have the option, it was not. I think in the Latin culture, it was not really a thing. We knew you were gonna get married, and for the guy too, they were raised like that by their fathers and their grandfather. It's like, hijo, tú tienes que aprender a usar un tornillo con un taladro, con un martillo.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to go out there and work and do physical work too, right?
Do physical work, yeah.
Because back then it would be like man's work. Because sometimes they would see even going to college as like a waste of money.
I know, yeah.
When you
they wanted to start making money from the get-go.
From the get-go, because their goal was to get married.
I know.
From the get-go. And back in the day, people got married in their 20s. I mean, we're an exception. Well, I mean, my second marriage, I was older, but my first marriage, we were young.
Yeah.
And that's when the age they would get married. But now the age gets pushed back every single year.
I know, which is also interesting because like your brother and sister are Gen Z.
Uh-huh.
And now the norm is like more like mid 30s, I think, or like, you know, later and two. And I'm like, I don't know. I think we kind of lucked out that we're like in the middle, at least our personality wise too. And like, maybe like because
our upbringing.
Our upbringing is sort of in the middle of like, you know, what we experienced. Yeah. And modern. We're kind of in the middle of just, I don't know.
No,
like the best of both.
I think the middle that you're specifically talking about, it's culturally middle.
Yeah.
So for example, I picked the best of the Cuban culture and I picked the best of the American culture.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Gustavo and I were talking about it the other day because he was mentioning his friends. I was like, oh no, that Gustavo like tell his friends like, why are you not free? Like, why can't we go on guys trips? Why can't we like go do anything together without your wives? And then they're like, no, you're just in love with the Cuban. You're just in love with the Cuban. And we were talking about it. And he's like, and I was like, they're so ignorant because the part that you love of me is the American, not the Cuban.
Oh, yeah.
The part, they think that Cubans are this like, yes, honey, go to the club all by yourself.
No, they're not.
No, Cubans are like, ¿a dónde tú vas? Y te vas a sentar. Y tú no vas a ir con tus amigos. Y tus amiguitos mala cabeza. Tú, you know, like super controlling, tóxicas.
Yeah.
I mean, hello, my mom is a perfect example. You know, and I could be like that too, but you know, but I chose not to because I like the American side, which is freedom.
I'm just laughing because it's not even like necessarily a culture. I think it's the way people were raised too. Like my mom's Mexican. My mom's the same way. We just went to, I'm sorry, Mom, you're watching, but we went to a weekend, just me and the kids, and my parents came. And my mom is like, my dad is literally getting up to go use the restroom. Where are you going? We're in the hotel room. He's using the restroom. Like it's right there.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? Like, it's like if he's getting up and putting on his shoes and going somewhere, he's barefoot, walking across to go to the restroom. Where are you going? Oh, I'm afraid to go in the elevator. I need you to come with me. You're not afraid. I just saw you go up by yourself. You are controlling. You want him to go with you, okay? To know where he is.
Yeah.
And like, I think it's just funny, but also like, there's other people like that too. I mean, there's other like, there's just tóxicas, right? And it's like, we can say what it is, but I think it's also just like, yeah, he loves the American side of you or also like the free spirit of you.
Yes, which I feel like I got that from the American side because Americans are always like, you know, it's a culture to have like bachelorettes, bachelor parties. Guys go golfing together alone. No, he's gone for 3 hours. You're not like, ¿Dónde tú estás? ¿Dónde tú estás? ¿Dónde tú estás? You know, it's like, no hay eso. Or the American culture is like, you get out of work, you go to happy hour, you have 2 drinks with your coworkers, and then you go home.
Yeah.
Y no está como que, ¿dónde tú estás? ¿Cuántas millas? You know, like the constant like phone calling. Because obviously, they didn't have to track the phone. Now it's like, oh, I know where you're at.
I know where you're at. Yeah. No, my favorite, and this is also like giving away things of what I've experienced as growing up. My mom would count the miles on the truck. Okay. It's such and such miles. The car had this many to work and back. Y yo sé.
Que paraste en otro lugar. Oh yeah, I went to McDonald's. No.
And now we have Life 360. And it's like, it was there for 4 minutes and it was parked, you know? So it's so funny. Yeah.
No, I agree. And I think like The mom guilt. Well, we got so sidetracked, but the mom guilt. A lot of it has to do, for example, that we deal with more at the beginning. Yeah. Whenever like when we went on girls trips.
Yeah.
And we're gone for such a long time in another continent.
Yeah.
I feel the mom guilt for like the first 24 hours.
And then it goes away.
And then I sleep uninterruptedly and I wake up to like do my makeup in peace and everything. I'm like, espérate. This is good.
Yeah.
Like, I needed this. I'm not even talking about like dinners or whatever, because we go to dinner and it's like 2 hours. I don't feel guilty about that. It's more like when we go different time zones, we're far, far away. And at the beginning, I feel the mom guilt. But like a lot of women feel guilty for even like doing anything for themselves. Like whether it's a girls' night out, whether it's drinking and maybe getting too tipsy and getting home too tipsy. And like the next day not being 100% functional.
I don't remember. I can almost promise you, my parents never went on a trip without us as kids.
No.
Oh, we were growing up. Like that wasn't an option. We didn't stay even with like my grandparents or aunts, uncles. Like we didn't stay anywhere. They didn't do that. So it was kind of one of those like, wait, you're going on a girls trip again? I mean, the first one we went, maybe second or something. My daughter was like 5 months old.
We went to Chicago.
And my like daughter was 5 months old. My mom's like, where are you going? Like, what? That? And I'm like, we're going. Like, we're going to go visit a friend that moved over there. And like, we're so excited. And I think that's the important part of balance is like knowing we need those moments for ourselves. Like we need those like laughs and like
it's like the mental
reset.
The mental workload or the mental load, it goes away. Like when you have, and this is what, like when you have 1 hour, like we're doing this episodes, right? But so we get to get mental workload out. But when we have 1 hour to sit down, eat delicious food, I'm not even talking about if you can't travel like the world, right?
Yeah.
Delicious food, have a fancy
good conversation.
Drink, you get dolled up. Like we are normally, I'm normally in like workout clothes.
Yeah.
And like no makeup. And mi pelo como, you see me at home, it's going to be like un moño, like I don't have this whole face on with like eyeliner. It's too much work.
No.
And so it's like, you need that to like, whenever we get out of dinner, we're like almost like ready to go back to like, get in the shower. No, don't bug her. You go upstairs, you go downstairs.
It's
like
so funny that you're like, when in normal life, you're like not glammed.
No.
So I have another confession. Recently, there was a new mom that I met. So my daughter dances. And this mom asked me because like the studio had asked if I could give like makeup recommendations or like a little video. So I did like something super quick, whatever, sent it in. And they never see me with makeup. And so this mom was like, can I ask you, how do you know about makeup? And I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, like that's so funny, the perception that people have of you when they see you every single time a certain way versus like not. So at first I was like, talking about like, that's all you know me like for years, that's all I've known. And I'm like, oh my, but it was actually like, that felt so good that nobody knew anything or like past or whatever. And I'm like, that is so refreshing. That I'm like, I would question, how do you know anything about makeup when you show with no makeup?
With no makeup on every single day. No, for me, I only have certain like coworkers on social media.
And they're like, who is that?
And then to work, and I work, I work oil and gas, whatever. It's not very glamorous. And I go in like big baggy, oversized t-shirts.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, after working from home ended and like you got to go to the office for some of these things, I had given away all my like fancy blouses
work
and stuff.
Like
so I'm going back, but I'm not going back to that. I don't want to wear heels every day and like, look all nice.
No.
And so it's so funny because then when they see me on social, one of the new girls was like, Nathaly, you're like a hot, spicy Latina on social. Así. Y yo, because at work, I am just like,
whatever.
No, normally I'm all black.
Yeah.
Because with the oversized, like, do you know the packs on Amazon, like the oversized t-shirts you wear for the gym?
Yeah.
I buy like the 3-pack and I just wear on repeat because they're all black. And then I have the same yoga pants, 5 of them in the pack.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm always just all black or some weird shirt. Yeah. And so no makeup, very like limit. Like, I always have to do blush because I'm pale as heck. Yeah. So I do a little blush, but that's it.
That
but
is so funny.
I'm wearing like, tight dresses on social and like heels. I was like, I guess I am different on social. But you get to meet the real me. The real me is this.
Is this way.
Yoga pants, black t-shirts.
I was like, this is so refreshing because, before I would like go drop off my kids somewhere, but I would be either just coming from a meeting, like you said, like before COVID, like you would be on Zoom, or even after COVID, like on Zoom, and you'd be fully done, or I would be like traveling. So I'd have my suitcase with me and I'd be like going and coming. So people kind of knew. But this time I was like, that is so true, because all I'm doing is I work from home. And so I'm going to be in my yoga pants. I'm in my oversized shirt. My hair's up, no makeup. I drop off the kids. I like wave. I still smile. I'm like, hello, you know?
Yeah.
And then I leave. And so I was just laughing so hard that I'm like, you know, you can't have that. And like you too, like your friends, your coworkers see you and then they see something else on social media.
Yeah.
And then that is the other point too of like mom guilt is I feel like on social media, people.
I'm so glad you're touching this subject.
Because I'm like, okay, wait, I had a point to this.
This is great.
I had a point to this. I had a little
I know where you're going.
fog, but I'm like.
No, I know where you're going with this.
But I'm like, okay, wait, on social media, they amplify this like boss babe persona, right? That's one extreme. And then the other extreme is, well, then you have to be a stay-at-home mom and you have to pack all the food in the 5 trays that I ordered on Amazon because you know the 5 trays.
They wash the strawberries with this white powder that I have no idea what the heck it is. And it's like, and then my daughter and my son only like raspberries, blueberries.
All the things.
All
like
the berries.
Cut up, right? So then you have these 2 extremes on social media that are like, one is the boss mom, you know, and you have the nannies and all the things. And then the other one is like, okay, I'm at home and like the ASMR, holistic or the ASMR packing of the food. And
the DIY moms. Today I got the notebook and I'm going to personalize it. And my daughter's favorite. So yes, I knew you were going with this. And can I also add another thing that's on social media? Very huge.
Tell me.
Perfect children.
Perfect children. Yeah, no.
Todo es like every video they do on social media. Okay, I'm gonna have a perfect example. You know Emma's birthday, I was trying to do the little reel that was like she goes in with the balloon.
Oh yeah.
She lets go of the balloon and then she walks right in with the balloon because I saw this on TikTok.
Yeah.
Of this
you get this pressure. You're like, I want to do this.
No, espérate.
Tell me.
What did this influencer offer her kid to do that? Because and it must have taken, I swear to you, Brittany, like 5 hours to get it done. And after like I saw my kid after 15 minutes, and they're the same age, having this pressure to the balloon. She didn't know if she was supposed to, how slow she was supposed to walk with the balloon. And then, when she was to blow the candles with the balloons. And so this is what I mean. Like, and then I realized my sister and I were like, wow, these people on social put their kids to a lot of pressure because I stopped and that's why I said I didn't care. I was like, you know, I'm done with this.
I'm done.
She's not getting it and she's feeling my pressure because we're getting frustrated of doing it 100 times and turn the candle. Like, so it's like we're getting fed the holistic do-it-yourself mom who's super organic. Their kids only eat berries because they're high in vitamin C and antioxidants.
Elderberry, all the things. Yeah.
Todo. And, you know, organic.
Yeah. 100%.
They don't chicken nugget, macaroni and cheese. No, my Cuban accent comes out so bad. When I say like, for example, sorry, this is like such sidetrack. Like today I told Gustavo, I was like, I know, hay que ver qué vamos a hacer para Thanksgiving. She says, Nathaly, pero si tú eres, tú hablas inglés. I'm like, bueno, estoy hablando en español. And in Spanish, it's not Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving. Okay. Thanksgiving. So this is what I just did right now with like, why do I say those words like that? Anyways. And then you have the boss babe, the one that's like an all white, super beautiful blowouts.
Yes.
And like beautiful hair. And obviously,
perfection.
Like you said, has to have the nanny or I don't know.
Has to have the nanny or
doesn't plan to have children. Yeah. Because I don't know, you can be like that all day with kids. And then you have the perfect home kids pictures.
Right.
There's no reality. I have to bribe my child to take pictures. And they don't say that on social.
I know.
And I will say it. Every picture you see of my son, he has earned something from me. Because even if it's with his sister, he has negotiated the deal. Because he refuses to take pictures.
Mine, I just say, the faster you participate, the faster this will be completed. So like 2 cheeses and we're done, or 20 cheeses or 40 cheeses until we're done. But this is happening. And so, but you know, like I think like this is happening. So either 2 or 40 or 100, whatever it takes.
I have a story for this.
But like,
because Gustavo is my other child. He hates pictures so badly. And I did this thing in Isla Mujeres.
Yeah.
It was hot. It was July. And him and JJ were complaining.
Yeah.
But Gustavo's already used to, right? He's an adult. And he goes, So JJ, stop complaining. This is your mom. Yeah. She's gonna do these pictures. The sooner we get this over with, the sooner I can have a beer.
Yeah.
And JJ's like, I want a virgin pina colada. I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, it's like, but there's no truth behind it.
So I feel like that's
mom, but it feeds into mom guilt.
Into mom guilt. And I think that's super important too, because we know like it's not perfect. It's not perfect. And like whatever we put out there too, it's just like, it is obviously lights, camera, action on social.
But this is why it's so important for us to do these. But this is why it's so important for us to do like these podcasts. And like, I'm very like real when I say things like, this is not how I look. Yeah. There is a bribe after every picture you see of my son. I do crash out and I become a super crazy Cuban mom. And I'm sure if your algorithm will eventually start showing you what they can do and say, you know, and like, that's the real me. I'm not this perfect. And I don't believe, people cannot be perfect.
Yeah, no.
They're lying to you. Yeah. And if you're feeding into that mom guilt, know that you're fine. You're not doing anything wrong. They're doing some marketing on their own brand. Like they brand themselves, right?
And I think it's like, you know, seasons too of like what you want to go through or balance if that's what you're seeking. But like, you know, I think for me specifically, like work was so important in the beginning to make sure that we could financially be stable and all the things. Absolutely. And then now as I've gotten older, I'm kind of like, okay, wait, like time is fleeting. I want to enjoy everything. I want to take a little pause, and you can like in the future go back full throttle if you want to. So like whatever you decide, I think, and I believe people shouldn't pressure you, or you shouldn't even pressure yourself. Like don't go with it. Each season is so different. And like what you see online too, like don't let it affect you. Yeah. Because
I am embarrassed every time we do a reel in public, even though I might seem like I enjoy it. Once it's done, I'm like, yay, this is amazing. I love it and everything. But I think like to wrap up this episode, I think if you can take one thing from this episode, from me specifically, and then you can do your example, is don't get wrapped up in the semantics of time, in the sense of like, no, because this is my fault. I take time for granted at times. And then I realize that I am going to miss, I'm pretty sure I'm going to miss, because every older person has told me this, I'm going to miss the hectic, crazy days. I know. I am going to miss the toys on the floor. And it's like, sometimes when you want to just be like, explode, go do it. Obviously, you need to let it out. Go in your, whatever, go vent in your pantry or whatever. But just know that it's temporary, time flies, kids grow.
Yeah. No, and I completely agree with you, because everything that I've seen, read, heard, people are like those, like there's this one podcast I was listening to, and it's like, who do you envy? And the older gentleman said, I envy the ones that have little ones at home. And I was like, what? Like
they're full of life.
Of everything you could think of in the whole world, of everything you could think of, you envy the ones that have little ones at home. So it's like, you know, whether your balance is that you do have the nannies, or whether your balance is that you do the ASMR, you know, food things or whatever, like enjoy it, because it does go so fast, and like don't feel the pressure.
And be your own individual self. Like be your own mom. Whatever your gut says, do it. And if your mom guilt, find a support. If not even mom guilt, if your mental load is too hard, and your partner might not listen to you, just find a support group, and those are your girlfriends.
Exactly.
Trust me, we talk so much crap together, and then when we're done, we're happier to our husbands. That's the way it goes.
Speak for yourself. No, I'm kidding.
No, Gustavo knows. ¿Quién despejaron? No, it's like, it not even about the
like, Kevin knows. When I have a slight smile, he's like, she's texting Nathaly. And I'm like,
¿Tú puedes creer? No, but literally, you need it. This is why you need girlfriends. Yeah. I 100% agree with it. Yeah. And we already did a podcast on friendships. Yeah. Choose wisely.
Choose wisely.
Who your girlfriends are. Just saying. Right. I'm just saying. I mean, come on. Ya lo hablamos, ya las envidiosas, las chismosas, whatever. Pero
we have.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, thank you for joining on this episode. It's very dear to us. It was kind of hard to navigate through because we have so many stories.
So many. Yeah.
But yeah.